watch this interview in such a way as if you are being interviewed and I am directly asking questions to you. If you do this, your practice will be very effective and you will perform very well in the actual interviews. And if you want to ace your front-end interviews, then you need to practice JavaScript and React very well. You need to know all the fundamental concepts, all the behind scenes things in React and in JavaScript. And I have made a full dedicated course on JavaScript and React. If you understand Hindi, then my JavaScript and React course will be very beneficial for you. You will not find such in-depth courses on the internet, be it free course or paid course. This course is the most comprehensive JavaScript and React course that you will find on the internet. And the best part of our course is it is completely free of cost. You will find all my courses completely free of cost on my Hindi YouTube channel. So I will provide the links to all courses in the description below. Please do check them out. Now let's start the interview.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Hi Avinash.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Your crazy JavaScript interview video that got viral.
Yes, I saw that.
In 4 weeks, it got 100k views. So anyone who have not watched that video, that is the craziest interview I have ever taken. I will provide its link in the video's description. So anyone watching this video can watch that. And now we'll do some crazy React interview. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so just introduce yourself first.
Yeah. Okay. So I am Avinash Kumar Singh. I passed from NIT Patna in 2021. I have been placed in InfoEdge as a fresher only, and I am assigned in the front-end team. I am currently working as a senior software engineer in the InfoEdge Naukri Gulf vertical, and I have used pretty much like React, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS with Webpack and build tools also.
And that's great. So let's start with the interview. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, why do we need React? Like what is the need for React? Can't we do everything using JavaScript?
Yeah, we can do everything with JavaScript, but React somewhat facilitates the development process. It makes easier to develop any apps
Okay.
with some of the functionalities like reusable components,
Hmm.
its internal virtual DOM, and it also maintains readability and like code reusability also.
Okay. Yeah, that's so. What is the main feature of React that you would say is very important, which allows us to make bigger apps with less codes? So is it component architecture or something else?
Basically, in React, yeah, we do use component architecture. It has the virtual DOM internal functionality also, but like we we don't tell the React how to do anything, right?
Yeah.
We usually tell, okay, this is my component. I am updating the state of the
Yeah.
applications, and you just do it. We don't
Yeah.
know how you're going to do it, but you just do it.
Hmm.
But in normal JavaScript application, in each and every step, we will be telling like the application is this is the variable, the next value is this, and now you are going to update the DOM like with document dot like say get element by ID and then assigning the value itself. So we just have
Yes.
to iterate through every process in the native JavaScript application.
Yes, that is correct. Basically, in React, we have states,
Yes.
and we update state, and UI automatically syncs with the
Yes.
state.
Yes.
Yeah, that is correct. And do you use Vite, CRA, or Next.js?
I have used the like the Webpack one earlier.
Okay.
Nowadays, the wheat is popular more.
Yeah. So that is my question. Why Vite is popular?
We somewhat like bootstrap our React application with all the features required to like for the development for a production ready app.
Yeah, that is also done by Create React App also. it also does the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And
I personally never used Vite, but I read it somewhere. But
okay,
yeah, I'll
okay,
think.
so you have not used it.
Yeah.
My next
I,
question was, like, if you would have used it, my
yeah.
question was, why wheat is faster? Like, people are using it because it is faster
Yes.
to develop.
Yes.
It develops the things. It like creates the React app very fast.
Yes.
So, and development process is also very fast. If we write something, immediately it reflects. So,
Yes.
why it is fast? You can research like on that. Why it
Okay.
is fast compared to Webpack or Parcel, any other bundler.
Yes.
Okay. So in short, if I tell, so like Parcel or Webpack, they bundle our components, multiple components into one JavaScript file, and then that is being served, right?
Yep.
But Vite does not do this while development. In development, it uses ES6 modules to
Yes.
serve all the component files. If you have 10 components, it will serve 10 component files. So it reduces that bundle time.
Okay.
And why this Vite is able to do it? Because it came later after ES6 version was like released. Webpack and Parcel, these are from past when ES6 was not there. So they used to compile all to one file.
Okay. So we search the ES6 syntax to the browser,
Yeah, it's
but
a
what about the older browser?
no.
I
Yeah, in development, I told in
okay.
development. While
Okay.
only in development, when
Yes.
once you build the product,
Yes.
like project, then it will do the same thing. It will compile to
Okay.
one file. So
Okay.
only in development. So as a developer, it is very fast.
Yes.
After compilation, there is not much difference. It is all same. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So can you tell me what is React element?
A React element is basically a special object to represent the React basic components, like the atomic structure that we use to write to build any component. So it's basically just an object which contains some special property to represent that object, like the key, the
Yeah.
props, the children should be there.
Yes, that is correct. And what is a React component?
React component is basically a function which returns what we can say is HTML collection of HTML elements, nested
Okay.
elements. It can be a nested element or sibling elements, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. So you said it returns HTML elements, right? So
yes.
is it really an HTML element or something else?
It's basically the JSX elements, JSX syntax.
Yeah. So what is JSX syntax?
JSX syntax is basically a feature provided by the React in which we can write HTML like HTML codes in the JavaScript itself,
Yeah.
and it then transpiles or compiles back to our like normal
Hmm.
React.create element things with some compiler like I have used the Babel.
Yeah. So it uses Babel to
Yes.
compile, transpile or compile. You can say anything. Okay, that's good. So you have used React fragments.
Yes.
So why do we use it?
Uh, Basically, when we have siblings like more than one elements, which are like kind of siblings to each other, and React basically of any functional component, it generally returns a single like nested element in which all of the elements are nested.
Yeah.
But React has a feature to return only one element,
Okay.
and if you are trying to return more than one elements like while doing array.map or something else,
So,
you just have to.
so the question is why React has the feature to return only one element. Why can't it return two elements?
Okay, because it's an object, it returns an object. I'm guessing only.
Yes, that's correct. Actually, can you think of a function which can return two elements, like
No.
two
No.
values, like
No.
in JavaScript, from the perspective of JavaScript?
Yes,
it is not
it's all-
possible.
Yes.
Yeah. So the same concept with React also.
Yeah.
And that is why, like, the JavaScript is itself, and it doesn't make sense to return two things, right?
Yes.
from a function. So that's why,
But you always expect one value to come from a function.
yeah. Yeah, so that reason is correct. So what happens when we use fragments?
It generally like it is not shown in the DOM.
Yeah.
Either you have to use a div parent and then return that all the siblings elements into from that nested element div elements.
Yeah.
But it will also reflect in the DOM also.
Yes, yes.
But when you use the React fragment, it will not be the part of the DOM. It will generally like put all the siblings in the DOM itself without the React fragment.
Yes, that is correct. But what if I ask you to not use fragment or div? Like, don't use any, like, don't use fragment, don't use div or any other HTML elements.
Okay.
And still I want you to return two sibling elements. How will you return it so that it works?
Okay. I can basically create a map. No, I'm not getting it.
Okay. So if you think, okay, let us move to next question, then we'll come back to this question. Maybe you are able to answer after that. How do you render, let's say you have 10 elements, how do we render that in React? If we
10
want to
elements?
render multiple elements, bulk,
Yes.
like list
Yes.
of elements, how do we
Yes.
render it?
We just map through all the elements and
Yes. Yeah, so why don't we use for each?
Why don't we use for each? Because map returns the array of elements. For each doesn't.
Yeah. What does for each return?
For each, I'm not sure, but it doesn't return anything.
Yeah, so a function which doesn't anything, what does it return?
Undefined.
Yeah, that is correct. So for each returns undefined. So basically you say, like, let's say if we have one array of 10 elements and we want to show it to the DOM using li or something, any list, then we will map through that over that element,
Yes.
and we will, from each callback function, we will return some JSX element, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so that JSX element is nothing but object, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that will be list of objects present in an array, right?
Yes.
So we can write that array manually also, right?
Yes.
We can write 10 elements manually inside an array.
Yes.
We don't need, it is not mandatory that you have to use map, right?
Obviously.
Now this question gives you the hint.
Yes. We can manually write each and every elements into our component also.
Yes, so that fragment,
Yes.
yeah, instead of fragment, what will you use?
Okay. Instead of fragment, I'll use a function to return all the map elements, maybe.
Yeah, we, like, you don't need that one more level of function.
Okay. We can directly array.map elements and write it there.
Yeah, in this case, we don't have any array. Okay. We had two divs side by side and we wanted to return it.
Yes.
But I told that don't use div, don't use fragment.
Yes.
So what will you use?
I'll directly just write it there. No?
Write it, but it will give error, right?
Yes. Because you have to return something, a single
Yeah.
element.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not getting.
Okay. Okay, I will give you this idea. So you can just put both elements in an array by comma separating.
Okay. Okay. And it will automatically be rendered.
Yeah, it will be automatically rendered.
Because array.map itself return an array.
Yeah.
And we manually putting the arrays. Yes.
Yeah. So an array is one entity, one thing. It is not two things.
Yes.
And since it is an array, so it will not be shown on the DOM because array cannot be shown on the DOM. So only those two children elements will be rendered. But the catch here is we'll have to provide the keys.
Yes.
Whenever we use array, we have to provide a key.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will give the warning that please provide the key, something like that. Okay, that's good. Now, the next question is context API versus Redux. Which one do you think is better?
Better. Personally, I have used the context API throughout my journey. I have read about the Redux.
You have not used Redux, right?
I have not reused Redux, read about it.
Yeah.
And also read about it, like it is used in more complex applications because we have multiple states to manage.
Yeah.
Whichever is, which one is better, like it's a debatable thing. You can achieve all the things you want with the whatever you are achieving with context API, you can also do with the Redux also.
Yeah.
But so I never used Redux, so I can't comment on that. So,
Yeah, it's all right. So basically, this question itself is wrong. This question should not be there in the first place because context API is a way to provide global state to our all components, right?
Yeah, obviously.
But Redux is a way to manage our state.
States, yes.
Redux itself uses context API. Without context API, Redux is not possible.
Yes, you can never use global state without context.
Yeah, so whenever we use Redux, we use one provider component from Redux and wrap it around. So that is nothing but a context API provider, same thing. So that question itself is, some people say like context API is better, Redux is better.
Yes, I also read it about it, like context API versus Redux.
Yeah. So this question can be there. Context API with use reducer hook.
Yes.
Have you used reducer hook?
Yes.
Yeah, so that use reducer hook is inspired by Redux. So using use reducer hook also we can manage our states, right?
Yes, obviously.
So the same way we use reducer, we use Redux also to manage our state.
Yes.
With use reducer hook, we can use context API and come up with something close to Redux.
Yeah.
And Redux provides one more benefit, that it has great dev tool. We can inspect all the actions which has been dispatched. We can time travel back and check what happened in the application. So that is one major thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, what is Babel? Like you have already mentioned.
Yes.
So what does it do exactly in case of React?
Babel just compiles our JSX syntax into the React React internal functions to help the browser to understand what we are going to do with our code.
Yeah. So
like whenever we write our JSX syntax, like suppose you are returning JSX syntax from a functional component, browser will not understand that. It doesn't understand that all the things. If you are writing HTML code inside the JavaScript, it will throw an error itself at the first line itself.
Yeah.
So Babel does this, like it transform that JSX syntax into now normal JavaScript. What does the React provide? React.create element thing.
Yeah.
It does that.
So does it do only JSX conversion or does it do more? Anything else?
It also provide us the source map of our application, our JavaScript code.
Okay. Yes, that is correct. And
Source map is there. JSX conversion is there. and it also minify the code.
Minify we can do with other tools also.
Other two
I don't know if Babel does that. I think it is very simple. It can do that also.
Yeah.
But one major thing that it does is it transpiles our code to our modern JavaScript code to older
years.
versions. Yeah,
Yes.
older versions of JavaScript code, so that our application supports older browsers also. That is one more thing. So it is JavaScript compiler. We can say modern JavaScript compiler to older version. Like it is not exactly. It does not. Can you tell me what is compiler?
Compiler.
Yeah.
A compiler is basically like which converts our human readable code into the machine readable code.
Yeah, that is true with like
Different language.
yeah. Actually, the more precise definition will be compiler is a program which converts one programming language to another language.
Yes.
Like
Whether it
now
will be
this
machine or
yeah, this is more general definition. It will cover your definition
Yes.
also, and this definition that from modern JavaScript to older JavaScript. And these are also like different versions of languages, right? So this is what Babel also does. And you told that source map, it provides source map. So can you explain on that? What is source map?
Source map, like Babel transforms our code into its own like version of JavaScript file. Like provide all converting all the JSX syntax into the React.create element, all the internal function itself, and
Yes.
it also provided the source map. Like it's mapped our JavaScript code into its converted code, and it's
Yes.
also maintain a mapping, like what we have written some lines of code like console log or any functions. It creates a mapping of our code to its code, and whenever
Yes.
we are debugging our code or something like that,
Yeah.
it facilitates us to do that.
Yes. So can you share your screen and we'll see that in action how it works. Source map.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, I have created one React app.
Yeah, so
It's created with
yeah, so can you zoom in here more, close this terminal, close it, we don't need it, rarely we'll get error. One more time. Yes, that is good. Now go to app.js and just put a console log hello, something like that.
okay
Just,
here only.
just before return.
Okay.
And just check. So if you can you change this like extension to JSX,
Yeah.
app.js to JSX, just change it.
Yes.
Okay, now go to the console of browser, zoom there also, zoom in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you disable that strict mode so that double console log does not come?
Okay.
Remove that. You got cold.
Yeah. Somewhat.
Yeah. So can you tell me what is the role of source map just by seeing this?
What is the role of source map? Yeah, we can like whenever you click on here,
Yeah.
you go to your code. I can show you here only.
Yes.
It's basically going back to our app.jsx file, right?
Yes.
But if we use our like the transform, it will be here. I have
What are you
used
searching?
the like the script file that our like compiler has created.
Yes. So It will be there. It is difficult to search there. I think it will be somewhere below.
Okay.
So
So
yes.
it basically maps our element to here, but
Yeah.
we can see our JavaScript, our native JavaScript will never appear in the network tab, right?
Yes.
Doesn't get called like that. It
Yes.
only uh, called from our compiled version, but it makes a mapping, and whenever we are clicking here,
Yeah.
directly lands us here.
Yes. That is true. So
Yes.
can you configure your Webpack in such a way that it does not generate the source map?
Uh,
Do you know the syntax?
I just have to. I have used the CRA, so I have just to eject the webpack, and then we can
It's
proceed.
okay. We can leave that. So
Okay.
come to the dev tools.
Yeah.
In the settings, there is an option to turn on source map and off. Do you know that?
Yes. Yes.
So if you disable that,
Yes.
yes, and come back to console log and check.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is from bundle, and whenever
Yeah.
we click here, it is not our file, right? This
Yeah.
one.
This is the real file which is getting executed,
Yes. Yes.
and source map maps our code
To
to the bundled code. Yeah. And see where you are returning like that JSX. It is all
yes.
converted to React.createElement. Here we
Yes.
cannot see React.createElement,
Yes.
but that 0 and React JSX runtime after
Yes.
pure comment, it is
Yes.
exactly like if you go back, then like it is exactly that React.createElement, just the variable name is different.
Yes. Obviously.
Yes, that's true. Now I will send you one Java's like this React snippet.
Okay.
I will send you only the body of function. So copy it and put it in the inside your app component. Remove everything. Just put this one. No.
Okay.
Don't remove. Only inside. Yeah, I sent you only inside part.
Okay.
Yeah. So just take some time, 1 minute, just to just understand this, and tell me what will be output when we click on start timer button.
Okay. We have a state which is initialized from 0. We have a function which keeps on incrementing. Okay. Whenever it is called, there is a rendered element. There is a button which will start a start timer. Whenever we click on this, this will be called. We are accessing count like this. Count plus 1 will be stored in new count.
Or we can
And
directly pass count plus 1.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can directly pass. And it in every 500 millisecond, it's updating it. But 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 okay. I'm guessing like it won't be reflected in the UI.
Okay, so what will be the reason?
Reason will be reason will be like set count will never receive the updated value here, right? It will
Okay,
always receive the updated value after the re-rendering one time of
okay,
the component.
but component once we set it, once we set
Yes,
the value,
yes,
the component will re-render, right?
the component will re-render. Yes,
Or will it not re-render?
no, like set interval will be passed to the callback queue, right? And widths the count value, initial count value, right?
Hmm.
And then wherever set count will be increased, this new count will always be the initial value. It never gets updated because it was sent to the callback queue.
Yes. So the question here is
Yes,
the value of count will be 0, right?
yes, yes,
0 plus 1 is 1,
yes,
and we'll set count 1.
yes.
So on screen, will it be 1 or 0?
On screen, will it be 1 or 0? It will be first time. It will be 1. It will be. I'm guessing.
Okay.
It will be 1. I am guessing. So.
And then second time?
Second time, it won't be increased because
Okay.
new count value is never received here.
Okay. Okay, you can open and check it.
Okay. Use
Okay, you
state.
can import that. Use state.
Yes. Okay.
Don't click multiple times because it will start. Yeah, refresh it and click once only. It starts. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not reflecting anything. It's changed one time and then it never gets updated to the second value.
Yes. You can put a console log in here also. Just console log new count. So what will be the value of new count every time?
Every time it will be like the same. That is,
New count also will be same, right?
yes, count is
Yeah.
never updated after that.
Yeah, you can check that also. Then we'll move to the next question.
Yes, new count is
So
1.
this is working in set interval is working, but count is never getting updated.
Yes.
Okay, so can you come back to the code and explain me why that updated value is not getting received?
Why that updated value is not getting received? See, the set interval, what we have written here is similar to writing multiple set count after one each after one another, right? Like this one,
Yeah.
like this, right? Whether it will be executed after 500 millisecond, but it will be like similar to writing this one.
Okay.
So whenever we write this kind of syntax like set count, new count, it never received because it doesn't re-render in that time, and it never received the new count value again. So the count value is always the same.
Okay.
That's why.
Earlier you told more precise reason that it has been
No,
sent to the callback queue
yes,
early on when the
yes,
value was 0.
yes, and the value sustained 0 altogether.
Yes. So the more precise answer to this will be just put a debugger after line number 9. So the more precise answer will be this callback function of set timeout. It
Yes.
forms a closure over the count variable
Okay.
and it remembers the value of count which was there in the first render cycle, because
Yes.
this function was never created again. It was, as you told, it has been
The
sent
call.
back and it is being called from there again and again. So if you just put a debugger and come to the like sources tab, yes, enable the source map.
Okay.
So it will be really hard for us to debug without source maps.
Yes. Obviously.
Hmm.
Yeah. It basically comes back to the map. Right.
Yes. And if you open the scopes tab, increase the height of scopes tab and close that reload DevTools, that pop-up is coming on the top. So can you see this closure, like new count, local, and count? Open this closure, yes. So count is present inside a closure,
Yes.
which this callback function has formed the closure,
Yes.
and it will always be 0.
Always. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that's great. Now, can you tell me the difference between use callback and use memo hook? With an
Okay.
example, like you can first just tell theoretically and then explain it with the example, right, by writing code.
Okay. Basically, these two are hooks provided by the React to improve the performance of our application. Use callback. Suppose we are supplying or passing any functions to any child component from a
Okay.
parent component, and whenever the child parent component re-render, child also re-renders.
Yes.
But whenever we pass any function through the props, function will be like referenced again, like it will be assigned memory again,
Yeah.
because it
Recreated.
recreate again, right?
Hmm.
So it will keep happening again and again, because whenever parents re-render, child will also re-render because of that function recreation, right?
Yeah.
And we just like put callback uh, syntax into the function, wrap that function into the callback
Hmm.
hook. It just remembers the reference to that function,
Yeah.
whichever was created earlier, and
Yeah.
it only updates. It has a second argument also, so it only recreate that function whenever that dependency argument will update it.
Yes. That's
So it
correct. And
basically memoize the reference of that function.
yeah. And what about use memo?
Use memo is basically a performance optimization hook provided by the React, which basically remembers the end result of any function, which is
Yes.
uh, which was consuming more memory to compute any result.
Yes.
And it also uses a similar trick, like it always recalculate that value or recompute that function whenever its dependency array will change.
Yeah. So what does a use callback hook returns and this use memo hook? What is the
Use memo
return?
hook
Yeah.
return a value,
Yes.
and use callback hook will return a memoized function.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Can we return a function from a use memo hook?
Can we return a function with use memo hook? uh, I have never returned it like that, but I am not sure. We cannot return. It is used to like store the value, return a value.
Okay. Okay, we can return. It is just
Okay.
that like whenever we write a function inside use callback hook,
Yes. Yes.
it returns whole function,
Yes.
memoized version, like it will not update that function. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
And if we write the same function inside use memo hook, it will
It will.
return the return value of that function. Correct?
Yes. The value of the function. Yeah.
Yeah, but what if we return a function from return value? Then we can return, right?
Yeah.
The return value itself is a function.
Yeah. Yeah. Value. If
Huh.
value would have been a function, then yeah.
Yeah. So, but in that case, only if some special case is required, we use it. Otherwise, use callback hook is enough good for returning functions.
Yes.
Okay, now let's move to our machine coding round, the crazy coding round. In this round, what you have to do is create 3 guns. Okay, like
Okay.
just create like one L-shaped div you can create, and we can assume it like it is a gun. And
Okay.
whenever we click on the gun, it will shoot a bullet.
Okay.
And that for that we will need animation, but it will take time to write animation. So what we will do, we will not, if time is there and it feels easy, we can do it.
Yeah.
Or what we can do is, whenever we click on that, we will not animate. That animation should not come, but in front of that a dot will come. We will imagine that a dot will come and will go in 1 millisecond or few milliseconds, like
Okay.
100 milliseconds, so that it is visible to the user. So whenever we click on the gun, it will shoot a bullet. It will just appear and go. Okay.
Okay.
So the difference between the 3 guns is, first gun is normal gun.
Okay.
It will shoot the bullet every time we click, and no matter as fast as we click, it will shoot the bullet. Second gun is debounce gun. It will, you know the debounce, like how behavior, right? So until user keeps clicking, until user does not provide the gap of certain milliseconds, it will not
Yes.
shoot anything. When
Yeah.
user will like When user will give it time, then only it will shoot. The third one will be throttle gun.
Okay.
So throttle gun, you know the behavior of throttle,
Yeah.
right? So throttle gun will work in such a way that it doesn't matter how fast user clicks, it has fixed time that every 100 millisecond or 500 milliseconds it will shoot a bullet. So this
Yeah.
is what we have to do. Now the main thing, you have to write debounce and throttle function yourself.
Okay. Okay.
So first write that function, then we'll make the gun.
Okay.
And
So
for
you want
this you have 1 hour because this task is big.
Okay. So first I have to write the function debounced and throttle one, right?
Yeah.
Just one more question. Coming back to that bullet thing, how are we going to represent that bullet with a full stop or like something
Uh,
else?
with a okay, with a div with background colors, some background color, and or yeah, we can make a cylindrical div, rectangle, and that will be our bullet.
Okay. And if I am going to press multiple times the first gun, there will be multiple bullets, right? Which will be placed side by side.
Uh, it should not be placed side by side. It should come and appear, like come and go.
Okay.
Or what we can do is, the better will be, there will be one bullet. Okay, the better approach will be like this. There will be bullet in front of every gun, but
Yes.
as we press, there will be one count on top.
Okay.
Okay, and that count will increase. Okay,
Okay.
1,
More
2,
practical, like more
yeah,
easy to code the count one.
yes. And now the functionality for this also I would like to change.
Yes.
That for example, this one, normal gun will keep increasing as we keep clicking, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
But debounce, how it will increase is, if we press 10 times immediately fast, it will be 0, but after we release it, it should be 10. You got it?
Okay. Yeah.
So it should remember how many times it was clicked. Same with the throttle. So we will update that number on the top of that.
Okay. I got it. Should I just comment it out? I will
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, you can remove or you can comment, it's okay. You can copy this file, just make a copy of app.jsx.
Yeah.
And just to copy, paste, just leave it there. Now you can modify your this.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I have to write first the debounce and the throttle functions.
Yes.
Okay. Our debounce, which will accept a function and a delay. Sorry. And debounce is basically the user will wait for some time to execute that function. I will have a timer. If timer is already running, I will reset the timer. So it's basically return a function which we have passed through arguments. So I can accept the argument, and whenever I have pressed again, it will clear the last function call. Okay, clear our timeout, which I'm going to provide it, and set a new set timeout, which a function and delay, and we will call our function with the arguments. This will do Uh, yeah, timeout will be cleared. Timer will be set timeout. This after delay. Yeah, this will do good.
Yeah,
Let me
so
just.
first, yeah, test this.
Okay. Suppose we have a function. We are writing a
You
function
can
like
test using input also. It will be easy.
okay. Input you mean input element and then
Yeah,
passing it.
yeah.
Okay.
On change of that, you can use this.
Okay. Suppose I am returning input element on change. We have handle change. We can use like this. No, no.
No, we don't need the second close. That's it.
Okay. We have our function handle change. It will receive our event, and we can. Okay. So I have to debounce that function. So what I'll do is I will receive a debounced change function by our debounce passing our handle change, and delay will be 500 ms, right? Or 1
Uh,
second,
no, make it 300 milliseconds.
300 milliseconds. Okay. This will do console log our value, right?
Yes.
And this will be passed to here. So basically, we have passed our debounce function. Our debounce function is taking a handle change function. This was the argument. Argument will be here. Function will be called with arguments. Okay. Input is here. So we go back to remove no.
Just refresh.
Handle change. Okay, sorry. I just have to reorder the functions. Okay. And are we consoling it? Yes. Okay.
So just keep typing for some time.
Okay. Okay. I
Just
just
okay.
AVINAS. Yeah, it is printing. It is not printing character by character because of
Yeah,
the debouncing.
yeah. Just keep typing fast. Anything. Just anything. Just gibberish. Yes, yes, yes. Now stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is working now.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to write throttle
Yeah.
function, you can write
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, our our throttle will be accepting a function a delay. Throttle. What is that? Is that after a certain interval of time, it always called our function, right? Whenever we call our function, so there will be a. Let's suppose the variable name is timer only. It return it accept arguments and return the function. If timer is not there, then only we will call our function with arguments, right? And then timer will be set to uh, like timer will be null. We can say that after a delay, right? So our function will be passed here. It will be called here because first time timer will not be there. First time it will be called, and then timer will be assigned as set timeout ID.
Hmm.
After some delay, this will be again if I am calling timer will be there, so it will not be called. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and if we can use that same thing,
Yeah.
same function to check.
Create another input field for
Okay.
this.
Okay. And this will be throttle change, right? And our throttle handle change is there. 300 ms is fine.
Yeah, For this, make it 100.
Make it 100. Okay. And we are good to go. The second function is here, right? So I'm typing, yeah, it is not printing character by character, but after what I have written in that amount of time, it is printing.
Yeah.
So I get,
Can you increase the timer more, like 500 milliseconds?
okay. Yes, it is
Yeah.
printing after some time.
Make it 1 second.
Yeah, obviously. Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
is
that is
fine.
working. Now, before you move to making guns,
Yeah.
can you show this whatever is being typed on the screen for both input fields? Just write debounce and throttle, and in front of that, whatever character you are typing, whatever value are being console logged,
Yes.
we want to show on the screen.
Okay, with using a state variable, you mean?
Yes, like, and is there any other way to show it?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, I'm using two state variable for
Yeah,
both the inputs,
yeah, it's
right?
okay. Yeah, you can use.
Okay. Uh, First input I can call. No, let's call it debound input. Use state, and this will be starting from empty. Throttle input.
Throttle spelling is incorrect.
Okay,
Spelling.
so okay. Okay. And then okay, how can I throttle change is here? So I have
So
to use two handle change.
yeah, you can create two handle chains.
Okay. Yeah, it is good. Uh, I can set debounce input to value, and I can set throttle input to this value, and whenever the function is called, the value is printed. So yeah, I am guessing it will work.
You should show that on UI. You are not showing it.
Okay, okay. Yeah. The first one will be debounced input, and we can use span here to show that. Debounced input, and this will be good.
Just write a string in front of it. Debounce. Just write
Okay.
debounce colon.
Okay.
Yeah.
This will be throttled, and this will be throttle input. Throttle input was there? Yeah. I can increase this.
Put
Let's
it in a
use,
div. Yeah.
yes, such that it will be go to next line. Yeah, now it is good. Let's suppose I am typing something here and I am stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, working. And I'm typing in the throttled one. Okay, it is. I have, we have done any mistakes?
Yeah.
Handle change throttle is there. Throttle change is there. We have used 100 ms.
So one thing I would like to say that there is no problem in your throttle and debounce function. There is some other problem.
Okay, there is some other problem we want to see. Okay.
And also, when we were console logging it, it was working fine.
It is working console log?
Like when we were not showing on the screen,
Yes, yes.
we tested it, right?
Yeah, yep. Throttle changed. It will be somehow how we are consuming it. Total input is okay. Mm, whenever we set our debounced state, it will be re-rendered,
Yes.
and our throttle function will be created again, I guess.
Yeah.
So this timer won't be there, right?
Hmm.
So we will be using use callback. I am guessing that will fix the problem. Where is that? And use callback. Okay. No. It will be created only one time with the use callback. Okay, you gave me two functions which are updating the state. Use callback is remembered when we pass it to children. It is if it's self re-rendered, it will be again created, right? But it is
No.
empty. Yeah. We created only one time.
No, it will create only one time.
So let's check it with the debugger.
Okay.
Uh, I'm doing anything. No console log will be there, but we have given it 1000 ms, right? Okay, but it will won't be working like debugger. We won't be able to debug it.
Yeah, this is not possible to debug using debugger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. Let me just change it. Oh, no, we are setting throttle value. No. Yeah. We are setting the throttle value. We are using the even. The input
And
is
also
there.
for debounce, if you just reduce the time to 100 milliseconds,
Yes.
and now check for debounce also. Let's see if it works. Okay.
No. 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 It is not
This is
working.
also not working. Yeah, I expected that.
Okay. Uh, should we memorize our function? No.
Actually,
But
you did use callback. That is
yes.
in right direction, but wrong place.
Okay.
Like,
Yes. Got
like
your point. We are using debounced function, but we are yeah,
it is also, I would not say wrong place. That is correct, but still you
yeah.
are missing something.
Okay. Debounce change is not. It will be created again, right? It will be assigned again.
Hmm.
So can we use callback here? I am guessing so. To remember that debounced function.
Yeah, you
Re-
can use. Why not?
Okay. Use callback will accept argument, but it won't be written. It will accept an arguments. It will return our function. I'm guessing with the syntax. No?
Some
What?
parenthesis or something you missed.
Yeah, it will return our debounce
Hmm.
function. Okay, let's just check with one first.
It never ran.
Yes.
There is some mistake, logical mistake you are making. You are in
So,
right direction, but
okay. So logical mistake. We have created our
what?
deb.
Yeah, the question is what a use callback will return.
It will
You
return the
can close
reference.
this file menu. File menu
Okay.
is taking a lot of space.
Okay. This will return. It will return. No, use callback will return only the reference to that variable. Yes, to that function. Yep. We are returning our function from here, but is not getting accessed with debounce change. Okay. Let me just think one more time. Our debounce is here. Handle change is here. Let's return something from handle change, and then we will set. Debounce is created only one time, but debounce change is created multiple times as it is getting re-rendered. We just
Uh,
have
but use callback will provide only, it will not give the new value. It will provide only the older value of function.
yes, it
Correct?
will remember always remember the older value.
Yeah.
So
So, okay. If you want some hint,
yeah, obviously.
so at the end, in our debounce change function,
Yes.
which function do we want to go and store?
In our debounce change function, we want our handle debounced handle change function.
Yeah, select that whole expression which was assigned earlier. Select that whole expression.
This
Yeah,
one.
so basically we want this piece of code to be stored in debounce change function, right?
Yes.
But if we use callback, it will return not this, but through
A
the
reference.
no whole arrow function from starting. Select that.
Yes.
So what we can do, it will return this whole thing, and
Yes.
that will be called. That will be called actually, but
This one.
this will be written and it will go in air. It will not be captured anywhere. This
Yeah.
function will, yeah.
We can directly write like this. No.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay. No. No. I missed. Yeah, it is working. I have
Yeah, it
missed.
is working. So maybe refresh was not correct or something. And it is 100 ms, make it 300 ms.
Yes.
300, so that we have times to write. Now test it again.
Yes. It is
Yeah,
working.
yeah. Now,
So earlier we were passing a new function, which was like our function was wrapped inside that new function.
yeah, it was not our function, it was getting returned.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we can use here also.
yes.
Yeah. It will what we have assigned 1000, right?
Hmm.
Yes, it's working.
Yeah,
And it is also working.
yes, that is correct. Now, if I say that use that arrow function, do Control Z and leave it like that. Although, just comment out once again. Just do Control Shift Z,
Okay.
Control Shift Z. Comment out this code because we will need this code. It is one parenthesis you forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
comment it, and I want you to pass an arrow function and return this our debounce the way you were returning. Then what will you do?
So how will we achieve that, right?
Yeah,
How will we achieve that? Uh, in the earlier version, we were wrapping our function inside another function, and then function was returned.
hmm. So
Okay,
you can think. If you want some hint, I can give.
that function was being returned. Uh, can we make that our wrapper function iffy?
Yeah,
that
you can make, but that will be
not the correct way.
one hint is you can use, you have to use other hook instead of use callback.
Yeah, I have to use the other hook.
You cannot achieve it with that syntax using callback.
Okay, we can use, like, we are returning our value, which is another function, right?
Yeah,
So the thing we like discussed earlier, use memo.
yeah, we can use, just check that if it
Okay,
works. Just copy it and just change a little bit.
okay. Use memo. So our function, what was our function? Debounce, this one, and this will return. No, you said earlier like it should return. We use arrow function, right?
Yeah,
Uh, so it will, this will return
you
a
don't
value.
need curly brackets, it's okay,
Yeah.
automatically it will return just.
So it will return a value which was already a function. So
Yeah,
use memo will work.
yeah, now do it for throttle also.
So
Make it 1000.
yes.
Check it now.
Yeah, debounce thing is working. Yes.
That's right. Now we are returning a function using
From
use
you.
memo, right?
That's new thing.
The thing which we have discussed earlier, we are doing
Yeah.
it in practice. So we can do using both ways, but this use memo is longer,
Yep.
use callback is shorter, but we
Yes.
can use, doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So just comment this out, use memo thing, and use debounce.
Okay. We will use the use callback ones, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Now we are going to create our guns and bullets, the
yeah,
count of bullets.
yes.
Okay. I'm just commenting it out. Like
Yeah, you
this is
can
not
comment out.
required, right? And okay, let's just comment out. Okay. So we have a bullet, three bullets, three guns.
Yeah,
One is the simple, one is debounce, and third one is throttle. And after each gun, there should be a second div, which on top of it will contain the count value.
yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be on top of, we can put
Yeah.
right side by side, it will be easy.
Okay. Okay. So there are three divs, and so there are three rows. Okay. So just we should
And
just
also before you move, I wanted to tell one thing.
yeah.
Uncomment this code,
Okay.
yeah, this code, and the place where you are creating, this uh, throttle and debounce function,
Yes.
is it right place? Do we need it to create here?
We can use like outside the functional component also.
Yeah, so do that.
Yeah. And then we cannot like use callback.
Yeah, and we will not need that,
Need
right?
that also.
Because
Yes.
it will not re-render every time.
Yes.
I wanted to tell you this, but I forgot.
Because
So
we are not
generally,
using
yeah,
state inside it.
yeah. So generally we import these functions from Lodash or some library.
Yep.
So this is, we can say, outside of our function.
Yes.
Now just check once just to verify that it is working, and then you can move.
Okay. Yes. And the debounce one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now you can make that.
Okay. So we have first container which will include our first gun.
Give it normal gun name, that class ID, class name, normal gun. Yeah.
Okay, and there will be a bullet.
Okay, Avinash, until you write this, I'll be back in 1 minute, okay?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Normal bullet. And there will be a class name. We don't need that class name for count, but yeah, we will have 3 bullets. So this will be what was second container, third container, normal gun, uh, debounced gun, and throttled. What was the spelling? Yes, I was right. Yep, throttled gun. First was the normal gun, normal bullet. We don't require that normal bullet thing. Okay, so we have 3 guns and 3 span. Okay, and whenever we click on our guns, it will update state. So we have to maintain 3 state. Okay, and one is normal state. Normal. Okay, it will start from 0. It will start from 0. Sorry, it will start from 0. Okay, uh, handle change, debounced. Let's call it debounced and call it there. And we can use that debounced also. And we just pass the count, increase the count value, right? Okay. Whenever we click on the normal, let's assign normal click here, handle normal click. Let's write a function and it will increase our normal state variable. So set normal state to greater than 1 and we will just console it, render it here, normal state. Okay, then comes our debounced gun.
Okay, I'm back, Avinash.
Okay, I have created the normal gun, the divs for all the normal second and the third, right? The
Yeah.
throttle gun.
Yeah.
And I have assigned a normal click which will update the previous value increased.
Yeah.
So let's assign some CSS also so that we can. What was our class first container? Okay, it will have like a height of 100 pixel. Sorry, let's make it bigger. Container is there 300 pixel and our normal gun is there. It will
So
let's
you
complex.
you can
Yes.
use some common selector for guns, and then we
Yeah.
can give different colors using those
Yeah.
specific class.
We can use normal gun. Gun
Yeah,
enough.
you can use gun class on everyone.
Yeah. And We just have to. We don't need first, second, third. We just put container here.
Yeah.
It will do good. So container will be height of 300, display flex. It will work, right? And inside that a gun will be there. And it has height of suppose 50, width of 50, right? Uh, Bullet. So have I missed anything? No, it is not highlighting. Why is
You
that
are
so?
you are missing something. Like you are
Okay,
using. Can you see
gun.
that? No,
Gun is predefined term? No, I don't think so.
no, it is not predefined. Only for gun is it happening like that? Bullet is highlighted.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Let's give it gun one. No,
No.
I'm
Oh,
missing something. Okay, what is
actually,
that?
yeah, yeah. Just think, what is that?
Okay,
Although it will work, it will not give error. It will work, but
yeah,
you are trying to use SAS in CSS file.
I'm trying to nest the CSS files,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay, that's why it is happening.
yeah.
Okay,
Just put it
it will
outside.
work. Are you saying it will work?
Yeah, it will work. And now the browser supports nested CSS
Yes, yes.
selectors. It has been happened recently, only 6-7 months or 1 year back. Earlier,
Yeah,
this was
that's
invalid
normally
CSS.
allowed. Yeah,
Yeah,
normally. Okay, okay. Let's go with it. Height 3 display flex. Let's put a gap of 20 pixel between them. Bullets height will be 20 pixel. Width will be 100 pixel. Look, 50 pixel.
yeah.
We have our container which has 300 pixel display flag. Gun is there. Okay. No, we don't have any background color. How are we going to gun? No, we have to put it in gun. Let's make this black. Bullet will be red. Okay. Okay.
Very
Uh,
beautiful gun.
yes.
It's okay. We don't need to make like a gun. We can imagine it is a gun. Reduce
Okay.
the gap. The gap is
Okay.
more. Uh,
No,
okay. No, no. Why there is so much gap? What?
10 pixel. No.
No, like you have given. Show me the why there is so much gap between. Okay, the container height is 300 pixel. Reduce
Yes.
it to
Yes.
100 pixel. Reduce it to
Okay.
100.
Gaps between the containers. You mean
Yeah, yeah. That
100 will
that
be good.
no,
Yeah.
200 was good. That was
Okay.
good enough.
Okay. Okay. Yes. And if I am clicking any time, this is the normal gun. It's increasing the count, right?
Yeah, and use that count in H1 so that it looks big and clear, and
Yeah.
also zoom your browser a little bit.
Okay.
Hmm. But if you use H1, it will come side by side. So you can use span and give font size, some big font
Okay.
size.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Says that this is a count, right?
Yeah,
So I
so
have a count one here. Font size 18 pixel would do good.
no, give it 42 pixel.
Okay.
Yeah, that is good.
Yes.
That is good enough. And
Okay.
also zoom your browser a little bit, 120%, or yeah, that is good.
Okay.
Hmm.
So our normal gun is ready, right?
Yeah,
Come back to our problem statement. We have our debounced gun. So we have our handle debounced click. right?
Yeah.
We can use that which we have. Yes, we can use this one, debounce change. Where was it written? Debounce change is here. What it was doing, handle change debounced, and it will not receive any. It will receive in the E, but we don't require it here.
Uh,
Uh, so, and we are setting the value also, set debounced. Okay, but we have to increase it. Increase it. What was we are using earlier, but let's write like this. And what it contains, let's do it for throttle also, and assign the throttle one here. Where was it? This one. Throttle change. uh, and we will use the debounced input here, and throttle input here. Let's verify once if we are doing good. Close this. Debounce change will be assigned here. Debounce change is this. What is it doing? It is debouncing after 300 ms. Handle debounced function. It is increasing our value.
yeah, just verify these functions.
Okay. Uh, handle change. This is also increasing by value by 1. It is giving some E is not defined. Okay. Sorry. We are not using these ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I just check it?
Yeah, you can check now.
Okay. It is updating after I am pausing for that millisecond.
Yeah. So debounce is working, but logic is not that
Okay. You
correct.
said like we have to update the final count after
Yeah.
pausing.
Yeah. So let's say if you have clicked 10 times, once you
Yes.
pause, it should be 10, not 1.
Okay. Uh, let's make some changes. Debounce changes here. Handle change debounce is here. And then it will increase the state. But I have to increase the count to the final ones. So, okay. So how many times our debounce change will be called? Debounce change will be called how many times? Okay. Handle change debounce is here, but it will straddle. Okay. So we have to make some changes to our debounce function. Okay.
No, that function is correct.
Okay. We have to maintain somehow maintain the count how many times debounce change has been called.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Our debounce is here. I'm calling again and again, right? So why can't we? This is returning the function debounce change. Can we maintain another variable for that and pass a normal
Yeah.
function to count the number of times it has been clicked?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So, so debounce change is called also, but first let's call a function which will store the number of times it has been called. Okay. I'm using two other states to maintain how many counts has been there.
And so is it required to use states?
Is it required to use state? We use ref if you want.
It's okay, you can use, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We should get the
Uh,
desired output.
okay. Just one thing. If wha- what if we use the normal variables? No, let's just go with the state ones and then discuss about that. Right. Uh, and sorry. Okay. Handle normal count. Okay. Set debounced input called to be this one. Handle debounced counts. So many functions I have created. I guess we can optimize it. Throttle, set, throttle, throttle input call to. We have initialized with 0. Okay. And we will call it here. Okay. And again, same thing. This will be throttle change, and this will be handle throttle count. And it will update again and again the same thing. So whenever we are assigning the value, we'll be assigning the value of debounce input called. Right. Uh, okay. Looks good to me. Is it? Can you see any error or something, or we should go to the browser?
Okay, you can check,
Yeah.
you can try, but don't you think,
Yeah.
okay, every time when we call it, this throttle change function will also get called every time we click.
Every time we'll click, the throttle change function will also get called.
And it will try to update whatever is the current value of handle throttle count, like other variable which you have created.
Okay. Every time it is clicked, but it will be uh
Yeah, debounced, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, you can try it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, this was working fine. No, no, this is not updating. Handle debounce called is called, right? On click. Let's see it has been called or not. This one, right? This is being called. Previous value was obviously 0. Debounce input called was 10, but it is not getting reflected. Why? Ah, it is not getting reflected. Why? Because
Can you check what is the value of debounce input called, where it is being updated, like where you are using it to update
okay,
the variable?
yeah.
Yeah, put the
This
debugger there.
yeah,
Yes.
and let's go there. This is value 0 because it has not been set. The earlier thing we discussed, right? It
Yeah.
hasn't been rendered, and it was okay. Okay. How should we do it? We have the value, right? We just need.
And just
So, what if we use throttle input called there, but it will be keep increasing as we will click there, right?
yeah.
So, we want to increase the count variable, but reflect only after debounce change have been called, but it is getting called again and again,
Yeah.
and it is getting called again and again. So what debounced, but okay, let me think for 2 minutes. How can we uh, debounce input is there, debounce is there, and then change debounce is there. Is it because of the state that we are maintaining for the input call? We can use the ref variable, right? And that will be updated without re-entering the component.
Yeah, you can try that.
Yes, I'm guessing so.
Hmm.
Uh, that was it. No. Debounced and throttle. Okay. So we're not stating any update. We're just increasing the ref value. It will be increased and okay. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it worked.
Because I'm guessing,
Huh.
correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, we were using state
Yeah.
variables, and
Yes.
every time our function was getting called, it
Hmm.
was like the same thing that was happening with the set timeout,
Yeah,
right?
set interval. Same
Yes,
thing.
set
It
interval.
was remembering old value.
Yes.
It doesn't get updated immediately
Yes.
until like it takes some time, right? To
To
update.
like
Uh,
we updates the
hmm. Yeah,
DOM element.
but use ref update immediately, like just at the moment. After
Yes. Yes.
updating, you can console log it also.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it does not render on the screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now
And
let's test all our guns. Okay.
yes, I'm clicking
Yeah.
like continuously here.
Yeah,
It
it
will be
is after 1 second, it is updating, right?
yes, and
This.
if I am pausing, then it is updating,
Yeah. And
and this
first.
is continuous.
Yeah, that is good. Now we have made our guns. We can make real bullets and animate it, but it will take long time.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you completed it on time, right? 8:10 you
Yeah.
started and 8:09 4. It is
Yep.
very good.
It
Now,
is kind of good playing with it.
yeah, there is no real use in application, but it is good for
Constantly.
understanding like how we will
Yes.
use it.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you can stop sharing your screen and I will conclude the interview. So, how was your experience?
Experience was fine. Like we have done earlier interview.
Yeah,
An interesting question again. Like the
yeah,
bullet and the gun was.
yeah,
I got to learn. Like I have to practice some concept of basics React.
yeah,
Like, I forgot how they were
mm,
like supposed to do, because in the company or in your like field of work, we always used to write some component, use context API and this, and
yeah,
or we never go back to the basics things.
yeah,
So we tend to forget all those. So yeah, I need to remember all those. But yeah, it was fun and
yeah,
interesting to do that machine coding problem.
yeah. Yeah, still you performed very well. Like your fundamentals are strong. There is always an scope to improve. It doesn't matter
Obviously,
how master you become. Yeah.
yep,
So
obviously.
I will give you 9.5 points.
Okay,
uh,
that's good.
for this interview. And if you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, I remember last time I was asking, what are you doing these days? You said you are learning Node.js.
Yeah.
So we, as a viewer of your channel, when can we expect the Node.js course?
Okay, that is the most asked questions on my YouTube comments.
Yes.
So at least 4 months from now. Oh,
Okay. Okay.
and at max, the end of year, like next year, January, I will start at max.
Okay.
So,
One more thing I like to mention. Uh, I watched your React.
okay, his power went off, I think. Let's wait for a few seconds. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Power was cut.
Yeah,
During
it's
what
okay,
was
no problem. You're telling
uh,
React video you watched.
yes, I watched your React video, and in the first 3 to 4 lectures, I have learned more the things than I have reading React from anywhere else. Like
Yeah,
how the Babel does the thing, how the React gets compiled, how we can visualize the virtual DOM. I
yeah,
was amazed to see that. I have like purchased one paid course also of
yeah,
React JS, but never get to learn those things.
yeah.
So yeah, that's why I was waiting for the Node.js course. I am also learning Node.js, but the way
Yeah.
you taught, it feels very raw. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very thankful to you.
Yeah, so I already know Node.js that are taught in those courses, any Node.js course, but I don't want to teach like that. I want to teach like the way I teach React and JavaScript. So
Yes, yes,
after I teach it, it will feel like 2 plus 2 is 4. That much clarity you should have or
yes,
anything. So
yes.
yeah, just wait, right? Uh,
Yeah,
I'm also excited
that's
for
why. Yeah,
Node.js.
lots of comments are also there in your videos. When is
Yeah,
the Node.js course coming?
yeah,
So
that
I was
is
waiting to ask this,
okay.
and I'll be more than happy if you like invite me more, or if I am able to come here more for
Okay,
some machine coding.
okay, sure. I will keep inviting regularly for more crazy questions. Okay. It
Yes,
was really
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Some like good vocabulary of questions you have, the interesting ones.
This question I just made up just half an hour
Okay,
before your interview on my mind.
okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
It's really nice interviewing you, Avinash. Okay. See you again. Bye.
Yeah, it always feels nice talk
Yeah.
to you.
If you like this video, then you will definitely like this video, which is coming right here. And if you want to take your front-end skills to the next level, then check out my complete front-end development course, free of cost. I have provided its link in the video's description. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.